Welcome back to Schaefer Park, NCAA South Central Regional Tournament Day 2. The elimination game today between St. Mary's University and Cameron University, the Aggies and the Rattlers. I'm Lucas Kinsey, joined by my broadcast partner, Zach Kamenkow. And Zach, we got spoiled in game one. I mean, what a thriller that was. 5-4, West Texas A&M collects the win. We really are expecting to see a very close game in this next one here. And you talk about high pressure, the stakes of the postseason as we look at the tournament scores from so far. That was yesterday's scores. UT Tyler a winner, also Oklahoma Christian easily a winner on the other side of the bracket. This side of the bracket here in Canyon, Texas, Lady Buffs hosting. They defeated Cameron 11-5, and then Colorado Christian defeated St. Mary's 3-2. Now you get into a game where it's do or die. You got to win this game or your season ends. What are your expectations going into this one between the Rattlers and the Aggies?
This is win or go home. I expect to see all hands on deck on both sides from these two teams. I mean, both teams came up short. St. Mary's lost on the walk-off last night to Colorado Christians. Cameron had their work cut out for them. They lost 11-5 to the Lady Buffs last night. But they were showing fight. They showed some fight later on. They had a couple home runs that boosted some momentum later in the game, just when you thought they were out. Taylor Rowley and Caden Bourne, both for the Aggies with big home runs, one of those hitting halfway up the light tower out there in left center. I mean, and that just shows that there's fight left in the Aggies from their tough loss against the Lady Buffs.
Speaking of Cameron, they will be the visiting team today. The Aggies, there's a look at Josie Swafford, second-team All-LSC selection, and on the circle, 3.06 ERA. Impressive 133 strikeouts, a lot of power there from Swafford.
And we saw Swafford yesterday in the first game against the Lady Buffs. She went 4 innings. She gave up 8 hits. Her day was cut a little short, but she only struck out 2, and like we saw those numbers, that's unlike her.
Look at the Cameron dugout there, and the Aggies, Swafford, they're going to need her. You need your clutch players to come through, and there's a look at the head coach, first season at Cameron, Emma Johansson, the 31 victories in her first season, a Swedish national team assistant for a couple of years, also an assistant coach at West Florida. And, obviously the players have got to do what they got to do, but coaching comes into play, no doubt, in these big tournament playoff matchups. Look on the other side for St. Mary's. Lauren Gonzalez, key player to watch out for. All LSC selection. There's Gonzalez out in the field to start for St. Mary's.
Gonzalez made some good plays out there defensively last night, as well as in the batter's box doing her job as well.
All right, first pitch here in this elimination game. It's popped up in foul territory and some miscommunication. A couple of defenders with a chance to make the play. It drops in between the two Rattlers fielders. And for Cameron, we'll see if they can get things started offensively on the right foot. The pitch low there from Madeline Bloom, starting in the circle, 5'10" sophomore. That one missing as well, so the count runs 2-1 to the leadoff batter, number 21, Taylor Rowley. Rowley, a 5'7" junior out of Valley City, Kansas, transfer from Seminole State, Oklahoma. Gets a hold of this pitch out into deep center field and tracking it down, making a nice catch for an out. One away quickly. Good defense by the Rattlers.
To the deepest part of the field right there out in right center. A lot of ground to cover there.
Look at the Rattlers head coach, Donna Fields. 26 seasons at St. Mary's, Hall of Fame class in 2020, so a lot of experience. You got one coach on one side for Cameron, first season there for the Aggies. On the other side, 26 years of experience. And a lot of big games, obviously, that Donna Fields has been in.
She's no stranger to playoffs or elimination games either. This is nothing new for her. And hopefully that veteran and confidence in her could help her team in an elimination game as well.
This is Kylie French for Cameron, senior out of Hera, Oklahoma. And let's look at the series history between these two teams. 26th all-time meeting between the Aggies and the Rattlers, and St. Mary's holds the edge, 16-9. Rattlers in the postseason for the 16th time. This one hit right back to the pitcher. Good reflexes and a quick toss over for the out. Nicely done by Madeline Bloom. So 2 outs. You know, it's yesterday in the performance, it's kind of opposite. St. Mary's played that low-scoring defensive game. Cameron, as you said, really battled the Lady Buffs with the bats.
Yeah, Cameron put up 5 runs in their loss last night. I mean, St. Mary's only registering 2 runs. Both played good teams, but Lady Buffs are a powerhouse offensive team, and you know they weren't too far behind them in the end of the ball game last night.
This is Caden Boren up next here for the Cameron Aggies. Slaps this one down to shortstop, handled with ease. That one a put out for number 14, Erica Gomez. 1, 2, 3 go the Aggies. As a quick top of the first inning, we're back with the Rattlers' turn to take the bats. No score here in the elimination game at the NCAA South Central Regional Tournament from Canyon, Texas.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Welcome back to Schaefer Park. These two teams, looking at the Aggies and the Rattlers, very similar, 31-26, 31-24. More home runs, obviously, a little more power from Cameron. And you look at the ERA in favor of St. Mary's, 2.78 to 3.33. So maybe an offense versus defense type of matchup today. We will see for Cameron in the circle. Starting pitcher will be number 8, Jocelyn Bright. Junior out of Burke Burnett, Texas. And leading off for St. Mary's is the left fielder, number 7, Lauren Gonzalez, junior from San Antonio. Gonzalez up first, followed by Salinas. Batting third, Reba Reyes. And in the cleanup spot, number 44, Jamison Holder. That pitch just misses a little low, so 2 balls, no strikes to Gonzalez. And yesterday, Gonzalez 1 for 4 in that close game against Colorado Christian. Nearly pulled off by the Rattlers in a 3-2 defeat. Showed bunt, pulled back, strike, good pitch. And from Jocelyn Bright. So the winner of this game keeps their hopes alive and takes on Colorado Christian, as Colorado Christian played West Texas A&M all the way till the final at bat, 5-4 victory for the Lady Buffs.
What a finish that was.
Yeah.
Some late magic, just not enough to do it for the Cougars there in that one.
Pitch slapped late and foul. Again, the temperatures getting up a little bit today. 80 degrees and a little bit higher. And the best thing, these players love it, especially if you've played a lot in West Texas. Usually the wind is a factor. Today it will not be. This ball lightly down.
Just sticks on the line.
Is that similar to like the old Tiger Woods putt where it just falls in at the last second there? That ball.
That's perfection right there.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to maybe drift foul, and the Cameron third baseman, French, was hoping it would. But instead, runner on base for St. Mary's. Strike and a throw down to first base to check the runner. But Lauren Gonzalez is back safely. No outs. The leadoff hitter is on first. And again, number 12. Up to bat, Destiny Salinas. Salinas, the 5'5" junior out of San Antonio. And runner over to second. Easily some speed there on the base path from Gonzalez. It's a good jump, and that one not close at all.
Showing off the speed from the leadoff position right there.
0-2 count, and that ball spins outside. And that one went opposite, up and in. Batter fouls it back, 1-2 count. Cameron this season in conference play, 25 wins, 17 losses. At home, they were great. They were 20-3. Away from Lawton, Oklahoma, that's where the struggles came for Cameron. They were just 7-20 on the road. Technically neutral site here in this game, and good news for Cameron. They were 4-1 neutral games. Ball popped up, should be an easy play, and it is for second baseman Edwards.
That's what's so great about having home field advantage here when it comes to playoff time. That's why those regular season games matter so much when it comes down to this, because playing here at West Texas A&M is a huge benefit for WT compared to all the other teams coming in playing somewhere where they're not as familiar with.
Pitch is a strike. Good throw down to third and nearly getting the runner, but sliding in safely was Gonzalez. With one out, she's now over at third, and a good opportunity for St. Mary's to perhaps strike first with Reba Reyes up to bat. She slid so hard, she nearly slid past the bag.
She almost, but she did a good job keeping it on there. And also a good job keeping the tag on over at third base as well by Kylie French.
This one hit in the air, and wow, giving chase, making the catch. Tagging up and scoring, though, is Gonzalez, so an RBI. Ball was hit just far enough for the runner to tag and score, so give Reyes the RBI and give St. Mary's a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning.
Get them on, get them over, get them in. It's the name of the game, and that's what she did. Gonzalez got on. She stole second, stole third, sacrifice fly, able to get the run home. Small ball from St. Mary's early on.
Bottom of the first inning, and so that brings up number 44 for St. Mary's. Cleanup hitter Jamison Holder, the catcher out of Magnolia, Texas. .270 hitter on the season with 43 hits, 42 RBI. And you were talking about the home field advantage and plays a factor. UT Tyler hosting on the other side of this regional tournament. They defeat Oklahoma Christian in a close one, 2-0. I believe they scored the 2 runs late in that game. And so that is Oklahoma Christian's first loss this weekend. They'll play another one. They'll play the winner between Lubbock Christian and St. Edwards. That game just started. Ball hit out into center, tracked down, the catch made for Cameron, and they're out of the inning, but not before the Rattlers strike first. They get a run off of a RBI, sack RBI out into the outfield, and it's 1-0 St. Mary's. We're back with the top of the second inning after these messages on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network and NCAA.com.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess.
An incredible finish by Hall. The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back to Schaefer Park. 1-0 lead for St. Mary's University.
Leading off for the Aggies, DP number
and
12,
Cameron
Josie Swafford.
will come back with number 12, Josie Swafford, out of Wellston, Oklahoma, the senior. On the season, Swafford, a .319 hitter with 43 hits, including 9 doubles. Cameron looking for the first hit of the game after they went down 1-2-3 in the first inning. Some speed, some wheels there from center field. Reyes was playing deep there and had to get on that horse to make the catch for out number 1.
A lot of ground to cover out there in the outfield. I mean, and you see in the gaps, both those right center and left center, almost like little trapezoids out there. I think trapezoid's the right one.
I like that. I like the use of the geometry there from Zach.
Yeah, no, it's been a while since I took geometry. I'm good with circles and cubes. I'm an expert at.
Next up for Cameron in the batter's box, this is number 18, Karis Clark, senior from Mustang. A lot of seniors on this roster for Cameron, sprinkled in with some younger players as well. Off the bat, hit lightly out into right field, and again, the outfield doing a nice job for St. Mary's. That is the right fielder, Mackenzie Doogie.
2 easy outs so far. Go the Aggies. Early on, 2 weak pop-ups. Not what you want to see when you're already chasing one early on here in an elimination game. I mean, it's a young team, but still, you got to think maybe see some pitches more.
So it's Kamari Edwards that's up next here for Cameron. See if she can get something going for the Aggies. Edwards on the season hitting .228 with 2 outs, hitting just .189. And you got to be pleased if you're St. Mary's so far, Zach, with what we've seen early on from the pitcher Bloom.
Absolutely. She's done a great job staying in the zone and attacking these Aggie hitters early on, and she's not messing around. She wants to go right after them.
Yeah, good pace.
The pitchers always set the tone for the rest of the game, and she's been throwing strikes, and that helps her offense. As soon as they came out, they started off hot. right out of the gate.
Count at 2-1 now to Edwards, who's a senior from Del City, Oklahoma, near the Oklahoma City area. This one popped up. Should be playable for the left fielder, and it is. 3 outs again. 1, 2, 3. Aggies go. So a great start defensively for St. Mary's. The Rattlers will take a 1-0 lead. Into the bottom of the second inning, we're back with more softball action, the NCAA tournament action from Schaefer Park. We're back after this.
The NCAA expresses our gratitude to our corporate champions and partners. Without their support, these great championship moments and opportunities are not possible for our student athletes. The NCAA's commitment to the highest levels of fairness and well-being, along with the pursuit of excellence in both academics and athletics, helps build a championship culture. With their generosity, our corporate partners make it possible to celebrate champions. Thank you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Leading off for the Rattlers, the DP number 99, Emily Ayala.
All right, Emily Ayala will lead things off for St. Mary's. As we start the bottom of the second inning again, winner this game will play again today. The losing team will see their season come to an end. And right now, St. Mary's only leading by a run, but having the momentum right now, just not allowing Cameron to get anything going offensively.
Still a lot of ball game left, but just Cameron, nothing doing that inning. 3 weak contacts for them. Yeah, not able to get anything going.
0 for 6 at the plate, the Aggies are. Rattlers 1 for 3. Fastball, you could hear the pop of the catcher's glove there on the delivery from Jocelyn Bright. Defensively for Cameron, Boren is the catcher, wearing number 13, Caden Boren. First base is Clark. Edwards at second base. Rowley at shortstop. French playing third base. In the outfield, number 22, Ashlyn Bruce is the left fielder. Center fielder, number 19, Michaela Richmond. And right fielder is number 2, Macy McMurtry. Wow, good pitch past Ayala. Fastball. Do you think she was a little late on the swing, or just maybe took her eye off of it?
Maybe not expecting the fastball right there. Expecting maybe something off speed from Bright, but she did a good job there, blowing it past her, up in the zone, catching her by surprise. Just not able to get the hands around in time.
So 1 away, good pitch from Bright for the strikeout. It brings up number 14, Erica Gomez, the shortstop, and that one drops foul. Good chase by a couple of the Cameron defenders. You're talking about that, Zach, from a hitter's perspective of maybe guessing wrong or expecting something. What makes players good at that? I mean, in terms of just strategy and knowing what a pitcher's going to do.
Studying that pitcher, kind of learning her sequences, watching, a lot of these teams are having access to film nowadays and able to chart the pitchers and what pitches they throw in certain counts against certain hitters in certain situations. And, most good teams have a game plan coming in against a certain pitcher. So St. Mary's might be coming in. Let's say their game approaches, they're going to be looking off speed from Bright out there in the circle. They're going to be sitting off speed looking to go the other way, and that could be what their strategy is here today, which is why she was caught by surprise when she struck out swinging.
This one chopped to third base and on the move. Nicely done there. French takes care of business, out number 2. So you're telling me study hall is pretty important?
Yes, study hall very well. And they make it very easy nowadays with access to film and the internet. It's so easy to go do it. And technology, all you got to do is plug some numbers in here and there, and then you got percentages and how many times she throws this pitch and certain situations. And it really gives you a good tool to go in and have a game plan really coming in against these pitchers.
This is number 22, Lauren Ramos, up to bat for St. Mary's. The third baseman for the Rattlers, a .232 hitter this season. 23 RBI. She's going to watch that pitch down the pipe for a strike, evening the count at 1-1. And really, you talk about St. Mary's and their defense. You could say the same for Jocelyn Bright. She's had a pretty good start as well.
Just one run she's given up so far, just on one hit. She's held him in check.
Yep. Does it again there. The bloop up in the air to second baseman Edwards for an easy out.
No runs, no hits, no errors,
and no runs, no hits come across. No errors defensively by Cameron. A quick inning this game. Moving quick so far. 1-0 lead for St. Mary's after 2. We'll move to the third inning. Coming back with the Rattlers due up Ruiz, Doogie, and Gonzalez. Back with more softball after these messages.
Tell me what it is that you need. 'Cause I think I'm onto something. 'Cause I feel the good times coming. 'Cause I think I'm onto something. 'Cause I feel the good times coming. 'Cause I think I'm onto something. 'Cause I feel the good times coming. Tell me what it is that you need. 'Cause I think I'm onto something. 'Cause I feel the good times coming.
Moving along here at Schaefer Park in the NCAA South Central Region Tournament action. Cameron and St. Mary's. The Rattlers lead by 1. As we start the top of the third, Aggies will try to get things going with McMurtry up first. And nothing doing. Nice snag by the first baseman, Ruiz.
McMurtry had a good day at the plate yesterday. She got a couple hits in there, but not here, not able to get off to a hot start in this one.
So it brings up next number 22, Ashlyn Bruce, junior out of UConn. Standing 5 feet 4 inches tall and in the box, holding that bat and swinging hard. That one was hammered down the third base side, but foul. And you knew there would be, obviously, pressure, maybe a little nerves for both of these teams in this elimination game. But so far, it's just been solid defense and slow offense.
Right, but maybe thinking get a little too anxious in the box. Everyone knows what's at stake here, win or go home. And no one wants to be the team that comes up short. So maybe personally being put in certain situations like this, facing elimination, I know what it's like to put a little too much pressure on yourself, and that could be possibly what we're seeing right here.
This ball hit hard, and there's a base hit coming through. Is Ashlyn Bruce with a single out into right field. And that's a good at-bat. She seemed to be on the pitch from the first one that was thrown to her by Bloom.
Bruce 0 for 4 last night, looking to turn it around here. Showing her team she's not going down without a fight. She doesn't want this to be the last time she plays in a Cameron uniform this season.
So the runner on now at first base, and just one out, it brings up center fielder, number 19, Michaela Richmond. Richmond tries to lay down a bunt. That would have been a really good one down the third base side, but it did go foul. Richmond's a senior from Holdenville, Oklahoma. There are only 5 players on this roster not from the Sooner State. Those 5 players from Texas. And that is a pitch thrown in for a strike.
So not too far away.
Yeah.
Coach Johansson not ranging too far away. She knows where the good talent is that she needs at her school.
Well, in softball, obviously very popular in the state of Oklahoma. This ball gets up high away from the pitcher.
Absolutely. A lot of great talent around the Panhandle area in Texas as well as Oklahoma as well. A lot of these girls from this area, both. I mean, we saw Colorado Christian, a lot of girls from this area as well. And a lot of girls in the regional. Great teams, just a bunch of great players from all around.
Count is even at 2-2. Chop back to Bloom. Chance for a double play. They get the runner out at second. So that's what you want there. It's a hard double play to turn, but obviously you want to get the lead runner out and make sure you do that. And that's what, well, now Cameron, as I'm turning to talk to you, Zach.
Heads up base running.
It's a great base running by Richmond. She catches the Rattlers sleeping a little bit and sneaks over to second base.
Absolutely. But like you were saying, that is a tough double play to turn because the pitcher in the circle, she's got to have to turn all the way around, full 360, and Bloom just not able to do it quick enough. Richmond, pretty good speed, though, in the box. Lefty coming off that side, able to get down the line pretty quickly, though, and smart base running when no one's looking, takes second.
Just watching the body language here of St. Mary's pitcher, Madeline Bloom, really like what she is showing. This ball hit hard to shortstop, but handled, and should be the third out, and it is. Good defense behind Bloom. Credit the shortstop, number 14, Erica Gomez there, and Rattlers in control. They only lead by 1, but limiting Cameron offensively so far in this game. We'll take a timeout, come back with the bottom of the third inning here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network and NCAA.com.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Leading off for the Rattlers, first baseman number 35, Kaylin Ruiz.
Low-scoring affair so far, 1-0. St. Mary's leads. The Rattlers will try to add to that total here as we start the bottom of the third inning. And due up first for the Rattlers, number 35. Kaylin Ruiz, sophomore out of Eagle Pass, Texas.
Still looking for her first hit of the tournament here. Hoping to change her fate.
That one's hit foul. And so quickly ahead in the count, 0-2 is Cameron's pitcher, Jocelyn Bright. Okay, that one hit the batter It was close right on the inside part of the plate, and immediately you saw the umpire signal that just caught the inside
Right
elbow.
on that elbow guard.
Okay.
I thought I heard something right there. Just nicked that Evo shield. Protect the elbow at all costs. And it looks cool.
Yep.
I'm always a big fan of what looks nice. Good accessories.
My son is that way, Zach. No matter whether it's football, basketball, likes the gear.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. You got to have some swag with you. Anytime you're out there playing, you know, that's how the saying goes. Look good, feel good, play good.
We were talking about Cameron and the players, obviously a lot of the players from the state of Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, Zach, in the high school ranks, they play slow pitch and fast pitch softball. So they play slow pitch in the spring. They play fast pitch in the fall.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's a high school sanctioned sport, slow pitch softball?
Absolutely.
I did not know that.
Pitch in for a strike.
Why might that be? Would you have any idea?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, and go ahead and insert your Oklahoma jokes if you want to, Zach. I know you're not from the state there, but no.
I don't have any for you right now.
Okay.
Maybe I'll come up with some for you, though.
Here's the next pitch. 0-1 count, and it's a foul. I'm used to that, so I'm from the state of Oklahoma and live in Texas for over 20 years and do get teased from time to time. But, no, I think in some of the other states, volleyball is a little more popular, and in some of the smaller towns, certainly in Oklahoma, it's not. There's a lot of the schools that don't play high school volleyball, and softball is big, so they do it twice a year. This ball hit out into the air, foul, drifting over. Nicely done on the catch by the left fielder, Bruce. And the out will bring up back to the top of the order, number 7, Lauren Gonzalez.
What sparked Oklahoma to be such a big softball state? Was it OU being so dominant?
Yeah, and that's, Zach, that Oklahoma and Oklahoma State both really talented right now in terms of their programs. But
right.
Yeah, I think it probably does help things out, and you could make the argument, obviously, right now that for Oklahoma athletics, softball is the leader. I mean, they are the ones that are producing and bringing home championships, no doubt. Right now, the Aggies trailing by 1 run to the Rattlers, who are from San Antonio, Texas. Gonzalez puts the bat out late for a bunt, and it's foul. Single in the first for Gonzalez. Ended up scoring the only run of the game.
Stole first and second.
Yeah, when she gets on, good things happen. Also, over at first right now, De La Rosa, who has 12 stolen bases. Oh, that one's crushed. Base hit. Runner safe at second, and Zach, an impressive start for the Rattlers, Lauren Gonzalez.
Yeah, 2 for 2 so far. I mean, she didn't have her best night last night in the box, only 1 hit. She was 1 for 4, but off to a great start now, and she came across a score. And now they got another runner in scoring position. Big chance for St. Mary's right here to end their total, get a couple more insurance runs.
And if you're Cameron's Jocelyn Bright, she's going to take that ball and take a deep breath, try to come back and deliver some strikes and hopefully get some outs for the Aggies. Salinas trying to lay down the bunt. Did you see this from St. Mary's yesterday in that 1-run loss? A little bit of small ball and obviously using their speed.
A lot of small ball from St. Mary's. They really put Colorado Christian to work on the corners of the infield, especially at third base and first base. A lot of work, putting balls in play. I mean, they were testing the runners, really putting pressure on the defense, and forced Colorado Christian to make 2 unlikely errors that they normally don't make. And they're trying to do that here against the Aggies, put the ball in play.
Bobbled a little bit, but nicely recovered by Jocelyn Bright to stop that ball and collect it and throw it to first base for the out. Runners do advance over to second and third, and so now a good opportunity with 2 outs for St. Mary's. For the next batter, number 4, Reba Reyes. It's a good sports name. Rolls off the tongue, Reba Reyes.
I like that. And she's a phenomenal player, too. See her covering a lot of ground out there in the outfield as well. So that name suits her well.
Junior from Brownsville, Texas. We'll watch the first pitch on the outside, called strike. On the season, Reyes, the center fielder, hitting .246 with runners in scoring position, .250. Interestingly, has struck out 26 times, but also has walked 26 times. She's going to hit this one high in the air. Drifting back in left field is Bruce, and the catch will be made. So again, good defense. Cameron gets out of a little bit of a jam. No runs, 1 hit. No errors defensively by the Aggies, and the score, again, stays at 1-0. Come back, and we will have Cameron up to bat when we come back. It'll be French, Boren, and Swafford. Back with more softball right after these messages.
These are the moments that live on, that we'll talk about for years to come. We come here to see history made, sharing in the wins and the upsets.
Together. Because whether we're players or fans, we're all on the same team. And to us,
this is more than just a game. It's an important moment in our lives. One that's worth protecting.
So if you see something, say something. Report suspicious activity to your local authorities.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Third baseman number 23, Kylie Perez.
Playoff time here in Canyon, Texas. And it is do or die time for Cameron and St. Mary's. 1-0 lead for the Rattlers as we move to the top of the 4th inning. And it's a 1-0 lead for St. Mary's. Leading things off, third baseman French. Wow. A line drive, and look what I found, says third baseman Lauren Ramos.
Hot corner for a reason there, Lucas.
You know, when a play is made like that, if your pitcher for the Rattlers, Madeline Bloom, that just makes you feel even better.
Absolutely. That's a huge pat on the shoulder right there.
Coming at you quick.
That's just pure reaction. You don't even have time to think right there. Ramos, great job doing whatever she can to make the play, and she did just that.
You know, defensively, Zach, a lot of times, especially in Major League Baseball, it's the shortstop that gets a lot of love and publicity, but third base, and we saw it in the first game, both for West Texas A&M, but also for Colorado Christian. A lot of key plays were made over there at the hot corner.
Absolutely. I mean, there's key parts on all of the diamond. Everywhere's a key part,
right.
But especially the corners. I mean, first base and third base, everyone's trying to bunt it to either one of you, and people are bunting in crucial times of the game. You know, you're bunting for a reason, so it comes down to some of the most important plays are going to be made by the third and first baseman.
Ball slapped hard to shortstop and out just in time, and that was really nicely done for St. Mary's by Gomez. She's a smooth defender.
Good hands right there, and a strong throw, too. It's a close play. I mean,
just a quick transition. I mean, you look at whether it's third or short, one of those plays hit a little bit deeper, and you've got to scoop it, get it out of your hand quickly, and make a throw that's on target. She did all of that.
Absolutely, and since she was headed towards the 5-6 hole, not a lot of momentum on that throw because she had to get rid of it so quick, and that just shows her arm strength out there and how much she was able to get on that throw. Good job there by Gomez.
Here's Swafford, the cleanup hitter for the Aggies, and she can do some damage, obviously. .316 hitter on the season, 9 doubles, 25 RBI, 0 for 1 today. And that is, you know, for Cameron, the glaring stat as you look down at their batting order from 1 all the way down to 7. They combined 1 for 10.
Yeah, Swafford, I mean, she's still looking for her first hit here in this tournament, but she did not have any last night. She was 0 for 3. Found her way on, though, with a walk. She did have a sacrifice fly, though. Or, excuse me, she sack ground out in there. She RBI ground out during the game, but either way, she's still looking for her first hit, and it couldn't come at a better time as Cameron really chasing one early on.
That pitch got away from Bloom, so she's behind now. 3 balls, no strikes. Has not thrown a walk yet, has not surrendered a walk. See if she can recover. She does. The ball, though, hit hard in the gap in the alley between center and right field. And a big hit for Swafford, a double, 2-out double.
That's just what she needed, and so same with the Aggie offense. I mean, Swafford getting her first hit in this one, and she's been due. She's supposed to be a big part of this Cameron Aggies lineup, and if you're going for these Aggies, you love to see that from one of your better hitters right there in the lineup. See her come to life finally, big time during this ball game.
Can that trigger some momentum and for Cameron to maybe make a 2-out rally here, trailing by 1 run?
Base hit scores her over there on second base. She's in scoring position.
Up next is the first baseman, Karis Clark. Clark does that, hits it right back up the middle. They're going to send Swafford the throw to home plate. A laser.
What a throw that was.
That wasn't even close, Zach.
Not even close. That was a dart from center field. Terrific throw. Reba Reyes. We were talking about her defensive skills a little bit ago.
With a name like Reba, you're going to come through with some big plays just like this. Off the bounce, getting the runner out at home plate, and that's how the inning ends. St. Mary's keeps the lead 1-0. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Back after this timeout from Schaefer Park.
So much to serve our country. Thank you.
Jamison Holder to lead things off for St. Mary's after getting a great defensive play. They'll start off the inning with a base hit. Reaching first base is Holder. And, you know, you talk about can some tremendous defensive plays get the bats going, the confidence going, feeling good? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's just what they need. I mean, a big play right there. Kept Cameron off the board there. And you come up, that's what you want to do with the leadoff batter. After a big momentum play on defense, you come in, do the same thing to keep it going on offense. You start off with a base hit right there. You know, good job by cleanup hitter Holder to do what she does best and start a rally here in the 4th inning for St. Mary's.
Here's Emily Ayala, freshman out of San Antonio. A strikeout in her first plate appearance back in the 2nd inning. She's got a runner on first base and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Rattlers leading by 1. And that pitch from Bright, a little low. Bright has thrown now 42 pitches. On the season, Bright, an impressive 7-2 record. 72 strikeouts. And her ERA at 2.95. That was a big swing, close to being potentially a big hit there for Ayala, but instead it's a miss.
A little too anxious there, chasing something way out of the zone, though, right there. Was Ayala. I need to keep her discipline here. Keep her composure and stay within herself, not let the emotions get the best of her.
Laying down the bunt. And Zach.
Some confusion there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Did the ball slip out of her hand a little bit? You know, Bright, when she grabbed it, looked like she turned and thought, well, I'm not going to go to second. I'll just make an easy play at first.
Well, maybe she was confused because both Karis Clark and Kamari Edwards were standing on first base. That would be my guess, but one of them would have caught it if you throw it.
Yeah, that's a mistake there for Cameron, and all of a sudden St. Mary's
going to bunt it right back to her again.
They are. They're going to play small ball again, and it's a good decision because with no outs, now you get runners on second and third.
Big mental mistake. Could prove costly for Cameron here if St. Mary's can take advantage of it.
This feels like a spot in the game, Zach. I mean, it's close. It's only a one-run game, but it feels like St. Mary's has the chance to open this thing up right now. They have all the momentum.
I mean, Cameron offense been held quiet. They're not doing much, so St. Mary's can really put a dagger in them to put up a crooked number here in this inning right now.
So see if the Aggies can respond, make some plays defensively. That fastball up and away for a ball for Jocelyn Bright. The next batter, number 22, Lauren Ramos. Popped up back in the second inning. She's 0 for 1 today. With runners in scoring position this season, Ramos hitting .283. Took a big swing there and fouled it back against the netting. It's great. You just heard one of the fans say big-time players make big-time plays.
And that can go on either side right here. If Bright can execute.
And they get the runner home, the squeeze. And now another runner will slide in safely off a bunt. How about 2 runs crossing? Now a little bit of a jam over at third. Diving in hard.
Saw the ball on the ground. I think she's going to be safe, though, but we had a collision over there at third.
A big collision, and right now, hopefully, the Cameron Aggie player is okay. They're going to race out to check on third baseman.
Looks like Rowley out there.
Just a crazy play. 2 runs come across for St. Mary's, and it's number 22, actually, for 21. Rowley, okay. But 2 runs come across, Zach, on a bunt, a squeeze play.
Yeah, but another error right there.
True.
I mean, Jocelyn Bright, probably not the best decision to go home right there. If we can get a look at the replay. And we could see the missed throw by Bright.
All right, here's a look at the last plays. They're still looking at third baseman for the Aggies, and they do get Rowley up onto her feet. Score now 3-0. St. Mary's leading. And you go back to the top of the 4th when Cameron is at bat. They get a base hit with a runner on second. Try to score around from third. And it was an amazing throw from center fielder Reba Reyes to get the base runner out before crossing home plate. And that momentum has indeed carried over into the offensive inning here for St. Mary's.
Yeah, St. Mary's did a good job. I mean, leadoff single to start it off as well to get things going early on here. Jamison Holder who led things off with the single in this inning. He wasn't waiting around to carry that momentum into the bottom half of the inning. Try to get more runs on the board.
Emma Johansson will come out, visit with her team. And if you're Cameron, they've got to stop this momentum right in its tracks. Otherwise, it could go south here for Coach Johansson's team.
Have to find a way to minimize and stop the bleeding. Does look like someone is getting hot, though, in the Cameron bullpen.
Okay. Ramos is going to stay over at third base, safe. There's only one out. And up to bat next is Kaylin Ruiz. Ruiz reached in the third inning after being hit by a pitch. Pitch gets up and away from Jocelyn Bright. That one's in for a strike and pitch.
Seems we have Josie Swafford out there in the bullpen for Cameron, though, getting loose.
Okay.
Possibly going to see with Johansson if she makes the move at some time during this inning if Bright can't minimize the damage.
Good swing. This ball hit out into left field. Not hard enough. The throw, though, home, and that'll be a sacrifice RBI. It'll bring home Lauren Ramos. Give the RBI to Ruiz, and now make it 4-0. As 3 runs have come across the dish here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Score update for you on the other side of the bracket. Right now in the elimination game at Irwin Ballpark in Tyler, Texas, St. Edwards and Lubbock Christian, top of the 3rd, all tied 1-1. Winner of that one gets another opportunity against Oklahoma Christian. The loser of that game, losing team, will have its season come to an end.
That's just the unfortunate side. All good things must come to an end, and the season for one of these teams right here is about to end in the next couple of innings as well. If St. Mary's holds the lead, they're going to see their season continue, and Cameron's come to a halt right here.
0-1 delivery to the new batter here, Mackenzie Doogie. Right fielder for St. Mary's, Mackenzie Doogie, 5'6" junior, out of St. Hedwig, Texas, a transfer from Texas A&M Commerce. Good swing, good contact, fouled back. Reminder that following this game, we'll have a break, and we'll come back with the 3rd and final game of the day, featuring winner of this current game against a very talented Colorado Christian squad that nearly took down the Lady Buffs.
That's a game that could have gone either way. I mean, we saw it earlier. We talked about leaving runners on base, and that's what kind of been the story for Cameron and why they haven't been able to score so far much in this tournament. We talked about last night them leaving a bunch of girls on base, and so far here they haven't been able to get many girls on base in this one.
Bright tries to find the inside corner, but it's inside for ball 3. The count is full. If you're Jocelyn Bright, you really need to go after Doogie here and go ahead and close out the inning. Not allow anything else bad to happen for Cameron. Doogie hits it hard, but playing it nicely, coming over to make the play was second baseman number 16, Kamari Edwards. So Cameron gets out of the inning, but what an inning it was for St. Mary's. 3 runs off of 2 hits. Also an error defensively by the Aggies. And so the score, St. Mary's leads 4-0 as we move to the top of the 5th. More softball from Schaefer Park after we come back after this.
Number 16, Kamari Edwards.
All right, Kamari Edwards made the play defensively to end the inning at second base for Cameron. She will start things off offensively here. Takes the first pitch out into right center field, easily collected by St. Mary's' Reba Reyes. And there's one away, and again, it just is one of these games where you could see it from our vantage point up here. St. Mary's is just not flinching, Zach. They are playing this game as if in their minds, hey, we're not losing.
They don't want to go home. I mean, and that's about what it is in an elimination game. It's who wants it more. And right now, St. Mary's has been showing up offensively, and I mean, Jocelyn Bright's been battling out in the circle, but it comes down to who scores more runs, and right now St. Mary's is doing that in the batter's box and offensively.
That one's a strike, evening the count at 1-1. Next batter up here for Cameron is right fielder Macy McMurtry. Chop back to the pitcher, ball fumbled, picked up. Wow, that was nearly an out. What a cannon from Lauren Ramos, but good hustle by McMurtry, so she's safe.
Good job by Ramos to stay with that and still realize that she had a play right there. I mean, a lot of players might give up on that one, but Ramos stuck with it.
Yeah, once it's fumbled, you kind of think, well, they don't have a chance, but look at this throw.
She was right on top of it. I mean, strong throw, but not in time. McMurtry was busting down the line. Definitely made it a lot closer than what it could have been.
There's that arm again, this time for out number 2.
Maybe Cameron trying to get in on the small ball right there.
Yeah.
See St. Mary's doing it and being successful. Maybe they're deciding they should do it themselves.
But it's interesting, though, that you say that, Zach, because that's typically not Cameron's game in terms of offensively with what they like to do.
No, they've got some good hitters that could shoot a ball in the gap at any time and even get one over the yard, but they're not one team to be known to play the small ball.
Again, they try Ramos, and again, the third baseman makes a good play. And
a radar gun over there. See how fast she's throwing it.
Absolutely. I don't know if she would like to try to pitch or maybe obviously had to go underhand, but it's been some nice defensive plays, no doubt, by third baseman for St. Mary's. We'll come back with the Rattlers up to bat. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th. It's all St. Mary's, 4-0 here from Schaefer Park. NCAA South Central Region Tournament action on NCAA.com and the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
The NCAA expresses our gratitude to our corporate champions and partners. Without their support, these great championship moments and opportunities are not possible for our student athletes. The NCAA's commitment to the highest levels of fairness and well-being, along with the pursuit of excellence in both academics and athletics, helps build a championship culture. With their generosity, our corporate partners make it possible to celebrate champions. Thank you.
Left fielder number 7.
All right, welcome back to Canyon, Texas, site of the NCAA South Central Regional Tournament. Elimination game here between the Aggies and the Rattlers. And it's St. Mary's leading by 4 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I want to thank the Thunder Vision production team for bringing you the broadcast. Daniel Kalunga, director today. Cameras, Dylan McMullen, Kaysen Johnson, Casey Lish. I'm Lucas Kinsey, Zach Kamenkow with me in the booth today. We got one more game coming your way after this. And that one's foul. In and out of the glove, but it didn't matter. Leading things off for St. Mary's. Young lady that's been solid today, Lauren Gonzalez. 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Scored a run. Popped up very shallow. Left fielder comes all the way in to make that catch. That is Bruce making the play for the Aggies, and there's one away.
But with this being Game 4 in the regional, I mean, we've really seen some good softball played by all teams so far. I mean, Cameron put up a good fight against WT. That was the biggest loss so far in the tournament. They lost by 6. Total score 11-5. And then St. Mary's got walked off in extras. Tie ball game all the way until the 7th and 8th inning when they put runs up on the board. And then here in this one, Cameron's just trailing by 4. Still anyone's ball game, just a couple hits away from Cameron really tighten things up right here, trying to get out of this jam. Bottom of the 5th, they have one out.
Bright's pitch misses, and the count runs to 2-0. That was pitch number 60 for Jocelyn Bright. Has allowed 4 runs, only 2 of those earned. A bloop. What a catch by the second baseman, Edwards. That is not an easy play to make.
So Willie Mays' catch right there. Back completely turned to home plate.
Yeah, the other thing, too, is she doesn't know what's behind her. She doesn't know if she's going to run into her teammate. Nicely done. Give a little bit of an assist as well to McMurtry out in right field for recognizing, got to back out of the way here as she trusted Edwards to make that catch.
I would imagine the way McMurtry backed off that there was some communication going on out there as well. But good job out there by those two to communicate and make the play. And both of them stay on their feet, no injuries, no collisions.
It's been a very quick game here, already in the bottom of the 5th inning and already 2 outs. Next batter up is going to be Reyes, Reba Reyes, center fielder. And Reba's going to lay that one down. A single out into right center field. You talk about a player playing with confidence, both defensively and offensively today, getting the job done. Reba Reyes.
She's had a great game as well. I mean, an RBI earlier in the ball game, and now she's 1 for 2. But that great defensive play we saw earlier with that cannon of a throw from center field to keep the Aggies off the scoreboard. Back in the 4th inning.
Well, Cameron has done some damage with 2 outs already in this game. They're going to try to do it again. Good pitch from Bright. A strike 2. Number 44, Jamison Holder. Holder a single in her last at-bat in the 4th inning. This one hit high in the air. Is it hard enough? It's off the fence. And that'll score Reyes around. And flex on him out there. Jamison Holder.
Bruce tried to climb the wall, but just out of her reach. Almost made a terrific catch out there and left. A clutch hitting to extend the 2-out rally.
Yeah, that ball just kept going, and of course the wall goes up, extended up there. It was a tough play defensively. And an RBI double with 2 outs. Jamison Holder comes through. She's 2 for 3 today. And St. Mary's as a team now 6 for 18 at the plate. They've only stranded 2 batters. We'll have a quick pitching change, take a timeout, come back. Aggies trail by 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Cameron makes the pitching change, and Josie Swafford steps into the circle with the Aggies trailing by 5. 2 outs. And the next batter up for St. Mary's, number 99, Emily Ayala. A strikeout in her first time up in the 2nd inning, but she ripped down a single in the 4th. Jamison Holder on second base after her big RBI double. Two balls, 1 strike to Ayala. Impressive freshman out of San Antonio on the season, hitting .304. As she loaded up on that one. Missed, and the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swafford just coming in trying to minimize. Do what she can. Leave Holder out there on second base. Not give up any more runs. Give her chance the best. Give her team the best chance possible to win. I mean, they're chasing 5 already. That's tough to come back. They only have 2 at-bats left. Don't want to make it any harder for that offense.
Swafford, a veteran on the club, a senior from Wellston, Oklahoma. Originally went to UNC Charlotte before transferring to Cameron. And a lefty zings one past Ayala for a big strikeout. Cameron gets out of the inning. But again, another run will come across for St. Mary's. 1 run off of the RBI double. Here's Swafford's strikeout. Excited about that one. And now she's going to try to fire her teammates up and say, hey, it's time to get the bats going. 5-0 St. Mary's leads. We move to the top of the 6th. We're back after this.
road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back at Schaefer Park, NCAA South Central Region Tournament. There's a look at some of the Cameron fans. And, Zach, that's what you want to see from your fans here in the playoffs. Cameron struggling, trailing 5-0. And in between the innings, the Aggie faithful getting up and making some noise and saying, hey, we are not out of this yet. We've got a couple more at-bats at least. In softball, you never know.
Anything can happen. I mean, they haven't had too much to cheer about here in this one, so trying to get behind the girls, get some life going. I mean, these fans don't want to go home early. I mean, 2 and out is not what the Aggie fans had in mind, and I don't think these players did either, but we just haven't seen too much of fight from the Aggies so far in this one. I mean, right now they're chasing 5. Just need a couple base runners and come around to score, and then we have a brand new ball game. So anything can happen. See if Rowley can spark some life for her team.
Just foul. That was close. And the direction that ball was going, she was most likely getting at least 2 bases there. Rowley showing her toughness. Zach, remember, she was in on that awkward play over at third base where she came up hobbled. Ball was thrown to her, and base runner came in. Collision was made, and she was slow to get up.
We'll have to keep an eye and see if that affects her here in the rest of this at-bat.
That one hit hard, and still Reyes, she took 2 steps up, went the other direction 2 steps, still made the play, and I guess that's the Texas 2-step out by the center fielder.
You got a good 2-step there, Lucas?
You know, it's not the best. It's not the worst. You know, I do want to say this. Yesterday, Zach was in Austin at the high school state track meet, and I thought, how fitting. Here I am at UT, University of Texas, watching my daughter run at the high school state track meet, and George Strait music is blaring over the speakers. This ball hit out into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. That one's good for French. She slides safely at second, thinks about third, and will retreat back. But that's a big play there for Kylie French, the senior out of Hera. Make contact, and hopefully good things happen. And for Cameron, they do have something to cheer about now.
Now they got to find a way to get French across the score. So yeah, George Strait playing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that was
there's nothing
perfect.
Nothing more Texas than that, right?
You couldn't ask for anything else. That's better than that.
Are you a country music fan, Zach?
I do.
Okay.
I am a fan of country music.
What is your favorite George Strait song?
You know,
get some time to think about
I am going to have to look it up.
Oh, this one's hit hard, and nice Reyes slides in, makes the catch, doubles her up at second base. And we're talking about country music, and there's Reba making plays out in center field.
More defensive plays from her.
Not McIntyre, but Reyes with the great defensive play, makes the catch, throws the runner out at second. And this is the type of day St. Mary's has been having. Catch made, throw in time. Still 5-0. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th inning. All Rattlers here in the elimination game from Canyon, Texas.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
All right, welcome back to Schaefer Park. St. Mary's Rattlers trying to move on. A date awaits the winner of this game. And the team waiting is Colorado Christian. Right now, St. Mary's in the bottom of the sixth, leading 5-0. They put up a 3 spot in the bottom of the fourth. If they do that here, Zach, it's game over. Leading by 5 and needing 3 for a run rule. This one hit down to first base, bobbled for a second, flipped. Nice.
The run rule is still in effect, even though it's postseason? I'm unaware of that. I'm not sure.
We'll check on that. You're right, in regular season it is.
I'm not sure if it still applies in postseason. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Third baseman number 22.
We'll check on that for sure. That was a nice play by second baseman Kamari Edwards to get behind and cover there. As Cameron gets the first out. This ball hit hard, but not hard enough. Left fielder for the Aggies, Bruce, goes back and snags that ball out of the air for out number 2. Cameron doing a great job here in this inning. Quickly 2 outs.
First baseman number 35, Kalen Ruiz.
And it brings up number 35, Kalen Ruiz.
And Lucas, just to clarify, the run rule is still in effect in postseason play. We just had to double check on that.
Thank you. First pitch in from Swafford for a strike.
Because I know from my baseball experience, there is no run rule in postseason.
Okay.
I've had losses over 20 runs before, but I've also been on the winning side of that. It's much better to be on the winning side.
You remember both, right?
I do. Honestly, I more so remember the losing side because that's a lot worse of a feeling than it is to win big. It's not embarrassing is how I would how I would describe how I felt.
It stings.
Yes.
It stays.
It lingers for sure.
Another good pitch from Swafford. She's done some good things coming in relief for the Cameron Aggies.
See, those times for me, I would have really appreciated a run rule.
Yeah.
So it didn't have to get that far. But here at softball, we do have the run rule.
That one missed out of the zone, so it goes back to 2 balls, 2 strikes. With Ruiz at the plate here for St. Mary's. Ball hit out into right field. Nice job by McMurtry to go out and make the catch for Cameron. A really good inning defensively. The Aggies go 1-2-3 with St. Mary's, and so we'll come back and Cameron will see Swafford, Clark, and Edwards due up. Last chance for the Aggies as we move to the top of the 7th here from Schaefer Park.
The NCAA expresses our gratitude to our corporate champions and partners. Without their support, these great championship moments and opportunities are not possible for our student athletes. The NCAA's commitment to the highest levels of fairness and well-being, along with the pursuit of excellence in both academics and athletics, helps build a championship culture. With their generosity, our corporate partners make it possible to celebrate champions. Thank you.
We move to the top of the 7th inning. Last chance here for the Cameron Aggies. They've got to get 5 runs to keep this thing going. Leading things off will be Swafford. You know, she's a competitor, not going to go down without a fight. Swafford 1 for 2 today with a double.
Coming out of the bullpen in relief, too. I mean, she put up zeros each time she went out there, and now she's trying to get some runs for her team. I mean, she doubled her last time up, had a big hit for her. Her first one of the tournament, looks to add another one to her total right here. Try to extend her team season as much as she can. They're 3 outs away from being done on the year.
It's interesting, Zach, when you look at the team hitting. Cameron 5 hits, St. Mary's 6. What has been the difference?
Pitch selection, I think.
Yeah.
For the most part, I mean, you see these St. Mary's girls taking good pitches, and not only that, but they're playing small ball and able to reach base safely on these bunts, whereas Cameron really just been trying to swing almost for the fences, it seems like. A lot of pop-ups, these girls, you know, getting it underneath balls for the Aggies, and that's just not going to do it here. You need base runners, and 9 times out of 10, routine pop-up is going to be caught. Possibly even more than that. But routine pop-ups, less chance of an error than putting the ball on the ground, as we've seen a couple errors so far in this tournament by balls on the ground.
Lightly hit to shortstop, and again, the infield has been tremendous today for St. Mary's. That time, it was Erica Gomez, shortstop, that scooped it and made the perfect throw to first base for 1 out. Maybe one stat that stands out a little bit as I'm diving into the stats a little bit. St. Mary's 3 for 9 with runners on. Cameron just 1 for 5. You know, it feels like Cameron also defensively is just giving up some small things. I mean, you know, the bunts, the balls maybe mishandled a little bit.
Extra base runners especially, but yeah, going back to that 1 for 5 stat with runners on base, I mean, timely hitting is crucial. Last night, Cameron left 9 base runners on base in the game against West Texas A&M. 10 base runners actually in that one from last night, and I mean, they had chances. They had chances just like they've had base runners on here, but timely hitting, they haven't been able to execute with runners on base, and that's essentially what cost them so far here in this one. Still 2 outs to work with.
And Bloom has just been spot on today, the pitcher for St. Mary's. On the season, came into this game 9 wins, 7 losses. You know, she has not thrown a strikeout, but she also has not surrendered a walk. And she's just been efficient. That ball hit, covers it.
She just bodied that one up. Not letting that one get past her. She wants this one to be over with.
And just calmly, you know, I mean, the ball hit hard, gets in front, picks it up, makes the throw.
Second baseman number 16, Kamari Edwards.
Just say workmanlike has been St. Mary's defensively today.
Absolutely, and Bloom out there in the circle. I mean, no strikeouts, but no walks. Also, she's just lived in the strike zone, really letting her defense work, and they made some great plays behind her. And when you got a defense that's playing like that, you have all the confidence in the world to throw that ball over the plate, not having to work too hard, not be too fine with any of your pitches. You can be able to miss your spot by a couple inches and get away with it with your defense making a great play.
1 ball, no strikes to the next batter, Kamari Edwards. We've seen the second baseman for Cameron show off the glove defensively today. Still looking for a first hit, though, over 2, flying out a couple of times. Off speed from Bloom. In control.
What could be Edwards' final pitch in her career? 5th-year senior.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Edwards steps out of the box, and again, Cameron just in a tough spot here, down to their last out, and could be last out of this season for the Aggies. Bloom fires away, ball popped up, should be easy play, and it is. The Rattlers survive, they move on. They win the elimination game by the score of 5-0, defeating Cameron and ending the Aggies season. For Cameron, congratulations on their season, on making the postseason, making the NCAA tournament. But today, just not enough offense, Zach, and it was a game where you tip your cap to St. Mary's. You tip your cap definitely to winning pitcher Madeline Bloom, and, of course, the defense behind her. And in the end, it is head coach Donna Fields, the veteran, that moves on, and they get a chance to take on Colorado Christian, where a team that they played yesterday, and it was a close 1-run game.
Absolutely. I mean, it could have gone either way in that matchup last night. I expect a great game between those two teams. I mean, St. Mary's is going to come out with a lot of confidence, especially after a big win. And they're going to be facing a Colorado Christian team that's hungry. They just got beat by a team that's ranked below them, essentially, but not a team that's by any means below them in talent-wise. West Texas A&M, a tremendous team. They beat Colorado Christian earlier 5-4, and Colorado Christian is going to be out hungry as they're fighting for their season. They came in as the highest seed here in this regional, and they're right now facing elimination here on day 2, and that's not something that they expected to be in that position right now.
Final score, 5-0 St. Mary's with the victory. Again, we'll have one more game for you. The last one of the day will be St. Mary's taking on Colorado Christian. And so that'll be right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network at NCAA.com. A timeout. We'll come back and have the post game for you. Wrap it up. Congratulations to St. Mary's. They move on, and they live to fight for at least one more game here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back in. Thanks for joining us here on the post-game show as we wrap things up. St. Mary's coming out with the victory on this one. Final score defeating Cameron and ending the Aggie season. Final score 5-0 from St. Mary's. St. Mary's will live on to play their second game of the day, which will be the third game here on Friday of today's regional. St. Mary's is going to take on Colorado Christian here in the next 30 to 45 minutes or so, and you can watch that right here on the LSC Digital Network. But a recap of this game, Madeline Bloom getting her 10th win on the year. She got the complete game shutout, pitched all 7 innings. She only gave up 5 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. She did a tremendous job of keeping the ball in the strike zone, making her defense work. We saw a lot of stellar defensive plays by the Rattlers. Reba Reyes, mainly the talk of the day out there. Defensively, we saw some sliding catches from her, covering a lot of ground out there. Great throw to home plate to stop the Cameron Aggies threat. Good defense work by St. Mary's. We're going to look for a lot of that here in the next game. Small ball is what helped St. Mary's come away with the victory here in this one. Cameron Aggies falling up short. Their season comes to an end. Jocelyn Bright suffers the loss. She pitched 4 2/3 innings. Gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs. struck out 1. But unfortunately for the Aggies, not enough to keep their season alive. They go 0-2 here in the South Central Regional Tournament. But congratulations to them. Some girls ending their softball careers today. It's a hard thing to do, very emotional. Congratulations to all of those ladies on a tremendous career. And to the Cameron Aggies for a hard-fought season. Unfortunately for them, their time here in Canyon for this regional tournament is done. But St. Mary's, they get to live on, survive and advance. Their second elimination game coming up right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network and the NCAA.com. We'll be back in about 30 to 45 minutes for St. Mary's versus Colorado Christian. I'm Zach Kamenko along with Lucas Kinsey. We'll be back here for game number 3 of today. Big game coming up for St. Mary's. We'll see how it goes. Tune in with us shortly. Thanks for joining.